What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome back to League Racing for Spec Esports, the Elite Series. Here today for round 7, back at the Canadian Grand Prix. But first off, I just want to say thank you so much. I wanted to try and get to this milestone, if you want to call it that, by the end of the year, but we've done it beforehand. We've reached 100 subscribers already, as you can see right there, so thank you very much. I cannot thank you all enough. Honestly, I did not think that would happen so soon. I think we've been on for 7 months now or something like that, and to reach 100 subscribers already is it's unreal. I was speechless honestly yesterday, and we're already up to 103 right now as I'm making this video right now. So hopefully we can keep that number rising. I love making videos for all you guys to watch. I know I've said that probably 200 times by now, but I really do enjoy it, and I hope you guys enjoy watching. But anyway, we'll get back to the action now. As I said, we're here for round 7 of the Canadian Grand Prix. It's going to be a wet qualifying, I think, and a dry race, so it'll make things interesting. Haven't driven in the wet around Canada before, I think, so hopefully we can have another good result. We got a new guy, I think, so we'll see how he goes. But without further ado, let's get into qualifying for round 7, and hopefully more points and maybe another podium as well. Alright, so here we are. Intermediate conditions to start off, but as you can see, it's going to dry up towards the end of qualifying, so hazardous to guess that everyone is probably going to qualify on the soft tyres, would probably be my guess. I don't really see anyone trying for the one stop. Maybe if, like, for the guys outside the top 10, they might try and get themselves up the field a little bit, but for myself, I'm just going to go on the soft tyres at the end, assuming that the track does actually dry out like it says it will. Sometimes the game can make a fool of you, which it has done previously. Has done for many people as well, but we're out on the inters at the start of the session. Come across the line, go provisional pole. Wasn't really too fussed at this stage, like what lap times I was doing or where I ended up. We were running with a full dry setup, so it made things pretty awkward to try and drag this Alfa Romeo around this street circuit, but we managed to do it. We had a cool down lap, decided to go again just for the sake of it, just to pass the time. We're purple in the first 2 sectors. We should improve by a fair bit up to the line, and we do. That's down to an 18-1. Contrast currently in P2, but we cut on back into the garage now, just under 8 minutes to go, and a couple of guys have gone out on dry tyres already. I think Pete Crichton has gone out. I think John has gone out as well on the Haas, and yes, he's currently P1 at the moment. So 2 guys on the soft compound tyres, and as far as I can tell, basically everyone is out on the softs now. 1 or 2 guys left in the garage at the moment, but they come out pretty soon. Nearly go off the road there actually, a little pinch of the front right brake, that would have looked real good, but coming around to finish our first lap. The track was still a bit damp in a few areas, caught me off guard, and as you can see we've invalidated Little Weave with the wheel. I was very unimpressed. I was very pissed because I wanted to get the dry lap time on the board at least, and invalidating that lap obviously means we had to cool down and then go again, which is something I really didn't want to do. We invalidated that lap, so I come back in, put a fresh set of boots on, and this is the lap that you're seeing right now. Purple in sector 1, we've got a car behind us, so you might be following us trying to get a bit of a slipstream, but going on now, we're purple in the second sector as well, got a car getting out of the way in the hairpin, doesn't hold us up at all. And now a long run down the back straight, up through the gears, overtake on the ERS, max fuel mixture, and you've got to just throw it into this final chicane. I really did want to be a bit lenient, to be honest, because I wanted to get this lap allowed, and as you can see, didn't really throw it in there, didn't take anywhere near as much track as I could, but we come up to the line, we go P2, unfortunately, right behind Pete, and then LR Culls, though, who is the new guy that I mentioned at the start of this video in the Red Bull, as Pete Crichton goes back to the top, he nicks pole position back off him. But he is a very quick guy, and you will see that when the race gets underway. But for us, it looks like it's going to be P3 unless we're beaten at the last minute, which I don't think we are by memory. So P3 for the Canadian Grand Prix, not too bad. We can definitely fight from there. Strategy, I think, is probably going to be soft, medium, going to the two-stop. Probably one of the only tracks on the calendar that a two-stop is probably the, well, quote, normal strategy to do. You don't normally hear that when you hear people talk about a two-stop, but anyway, looking at the results, and it is P3 for us, right behind the Red Bull and the Mercedes, so not too bad. I felt like I could have definitely got pole position, but you know, P3, it's still pretty good. It's a solid result. We can fight from there, so hopefully we can keep the momentum going. We got P2 last time out, so hopefully we can do that again, or maybe grab another win.
Maintain focus going into the first few corners. We don't want an incident before the race has even started.
Alright, so here we are for the race, round 7 of the Elite Series. Strategy, just as I thought, is going from the softs to mediums and then mediums again. I think that's the ideal race strategy for anyone starting on the softs. From what I've been told, you could maybe do a soft, medium and then soft stint. I personally didn't think that was possible. Tyre wear for me has never been real great around this track. I just haven't ever really been able to keep the rears in check. So hopefully we can keep them relatively in check for this first stint. We can keep this thing up the front, have a good race, but away we go for the formation lap now. Jeffrey again.
Launch map is good, but we need to learn the gears, so go into each one when you can. We're going to need some work on the brakes, so put some energy into them, and warm the tyres as well, please.
Man, what a pain in the ass. But anyway, we won't worry about him. We're here to try and get another win, or at least to try and come away with another podium. Coming into this, my personal expectations, obviously you always want to try and win the race. I was at least hoping to come away with a podium, first, second, third. You know, you just want to keep that momentum up. Obviously last time out in, where were we? I think we were in Monaco. We were able to come away with P2. So hopefully we can grab another solid podium result, bag another, good though, the points, but let's find out, shall we?
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Alright, awaiting the last couple of people to ready up, and here we go. Awaiting 5 red lights for round 7 of Spec Esports, the Elite Series. Away we go. Looks like a pretty decent launch. We got a better launch than Pete. We're going to try to get around the outside of the Mercedes. The Red Bull takes the lead into turn 1. So the new guy, LR Carlslow, sorry if I mispronounced that, I'm absolutely shocking with names. Pete looking back up our inside, we cut across and we get P2. So already, really good start. We did what we needed to do. And at this point, I was actually intrigued to follow the Red Bull here and just see what kind of race pace he had. And I knew this was definitely going to be a challenge, but it certainly turned out to be exactly that. But on to lap 3, make a big mistake in the final chicane, nearly going the wall of champions. That allows Pete to have a good run on us. He's going to look up the inside into turn 1. We leave the space, he taps us, and he has actually spun out there in turn 1. Honestly, I don't think that was my fault. Looking back on the little highlights feature, he actually locked up, so I don't know, maybe you just want to call that a racing incident, but I felt like I left him enough room, and yeah, that was the end of that. But into the pits now on lap 9. We were actually able to hang with the Red Bull for quite a while, up until about the start of this lap, and then the rears just like you flip the switch and the rear tyres just died. So yeah, but we come out now. I want to try and clear this big train. There's like 3-4 cars there, and we do. So provisionally still in P2 on the lap 10 now. We've caught up to Fuel Gold in the Toro Rosso, so hopefully we can get by him pretty quick, sharp. A little bit of understeer in that corner, and with the fresher tyres, better grip, and we just basically drive right around him, up the inside, get the move done. That's back up into P4, provisionally still second place as far as I'm aware. But we come on to lap 12 now, and we've got 40 and Crossy in a battle for second. 40 actually missed qualifying by memory, so he started from last, and to be in third on the hard tyres as well, he hasn't stopped yet. So that's a really impressive effort from him. But coming into the final chicane now, I thought he was going to have a look at Crossy then, so that's why I was a bit 50-50 on what to do. We tapped the wall there, thankfully, no damage. But following these two into the first couple of corners, I'm just wishing that these guys had sorted it out. I want to get a move on. We're going to try go around the outside of Crossy now. We should have the better drive around the outside of the Toro Rosso, and we do. That's up into P3. Next up is 40 in the Red Bull. Hopefully we can clear this guy pretty quickly. Engine is overheating slightly as well, so we'll need to keep an eye on that. Down into the hairpin. Do we look for a move? No, we don't. Actually give him a little tap on the rear end then. Obviously on 13 lap old hard tyres, they're probably not that great, but DRS overtake mode, rich fuel mixture. We get past the Red Bull, so we've dispatched of one. Now we've got to try and go hunt down the other. We're cutting on to lap 22, and despite my best efforts, we actually weren't able to really reel in LR Carslow at all. The gap kind of zigzagged 2/10 in my favour, then he pulled it back out 2/10, and it was just kind of zigzagging around the 5 second mark. So we were kind of equal on pace really, but yeah, so at this point I thought I'd try something a bit different, something that I don't normally go for. We're going to go for a bit of an undercut by about a lap, maybe 2 laps, and just see if we can eat into that margin. I know it's a bit ambitious, but cutting on to lap 25, you can see him coming out of the pits. He's on the soft tyres as well, so it's going to be crucial. Can we get ahead of the Red Bull? There he is, he's coming out of the pits, and he just manages to stay in front. So that the undercut has worked wonders for us. We've closed the better part of 5.5 seconds, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough to take the lead. We do have DRS on the back straight though. We've been able to stay with him. We're a bit tight on fuel and ERS, so we're going to have to save. But at this point I wasn't actually really paying much attention to that. I wanted to try and get the lead, and then I'd worry about fuel saving and whatnot. Then we come across the line, fastest lap of the race as well. Into turn 1, we actually run a little bit wide there, and at this point I think Carslow might be safe, and indeed he was on those soft tyres. He blitzed away, and that was it. We had nothing for him, so congrats to LR Carslow. Debut race in the Elite Series, comes in and wins, so flawless drive from him. But for us it's going to be P2, all in all, real good race, and solid chunk of points, so really happy with that. So there we go guys, that has been round 7 of Race Spec Esports, the Elite Series. Very tough race today. I don't mean that in a bad way, it's always good to have new challenges and whatnot, and Carslow certainly provided one today. But that's all from me today guys. If you enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe, stay tuned for plenty more, and until the next video, I'll see you guys next time.